The Maryland Department of Agriculture has been serving the agriculture community and the people of Maryland since 1973. While our look has changed over the years, our mission and vision has remained steadfast: to protect consumers, preserve the environment, and promote Maryland agriculture. Prior to 1973, agricultural interests were served by the University of Maryland at College Park. The Maryland General Assembly established the department after recognizing that a separate agency was needed to serve this critical industry that is as diverse as our state and second to none in its importance to our state's economy, environment, food supply, and quality of life. This new agency took on regulatory and advisory functions, while agricultural research and extension service functions remained at College Park as they do today. 8 secretaries have led the department over its 40-year history. Marvin Mandel appointed Y.D. Hance, a longtime tobacco farmer, to be our first agriculture secretary. In 1979, Wayne A. Cawley Jr. became the second and so far longest-serving secretary. He oversaw the final design and construction of MDA's new headquarters. Completed in 1982, the new facility symbolized the critical importance of agriculture to every facet of Maryland life. During Secretary Cawley's 12 years of service, he expanded agriculture's domestic and international marketing efforts, established the Maryland with Pride campaign, oversaw the research and development of the aquaculture industry, and implemented nutrient management programs to restore the Chesapeake Bay. When Secretary Cawley retired in 1991, Governor William Donald Schaefer named MDA's Annapolis complex the Wayne A. Cawley Jr. headquarters building. In 1991, Robert L. Walker became the department's third secretary after having served as deputy. During his tenure, he forged ties with the emerging countries in Eastern Europe and the former Soviet Union. He continued to focus on keeping agriculture strong in Maryland.
We focused on promoting, preserving, protecting agriculture, and trying to do that to the extent we can to look at the profitability of the family farm. Marketing and promoting agriculture that I thought was one of the most important things. So I think marketing is very important. I mean, there's exports are important. 1 in 3 acres, as you know, goes abroad from the farm. It's critical to our health as an agricultural economy, is also to the state and the nation. But so much of what happens with respect to the profitability of the farm is beyond the farmer's control. It's beyond the farm gate.
Lewis Riley, a poultry farmer on the Lower Eastern Shore, was both our 4th and 7th secretary, serving from 1994 to 1997, and again from 2003 to 2007.
The secretaries have always been very interested in promoting the industry, because that's really, that's their job. I mean, they're there to represent Maryland's #1 industry. The environmental issues have become probably the most serious thing that the farmers have to deal with. The farm community understands why, but sometimes they takes a lot of cooperation helping them to really get in a position where they can abide by the rules and regulations. So I think the secretaries have had a very difficult job. It's a tough job for them to help the farmers accomplish what they have to accomplish.
Henry A. Bud Wirtz, a veterinarian, became the department's 5th secretary in 1998. Dr. Wirtz worked at MDA for 14 years, first as an assistant state veterinarian and later deputy secretary. Dr. Wirtz stepped up MDA's international marketing efforts with initiatives to promote the state's horse industry in Korea and Europe and establish ties with the Caribbean and South America.
What my staff accomplished made me very proud. We came up with a tobacco buyout and we started planning on that. They developed this and sold it to the farm community, the tobacco farmers. The administration and the Secretary of Agriculture, the governor and the secretary, they have a great relationship, and I'm so happy to see that. They will support ag. I think the cooperation is much, much better with the administration, and that makes you feel very good.
Hagner R. Mister, the department's 6th secretary, served from 2001 to 2003. During his time, Secretary Mister, who is a farmer himself, helped Southern Maryland farmers transition from growing tobacco to other crops under the state's tobacco buyout program.
We had the tobacco buyout program, and I'm a tobacco farmer, was a tobacco farmer, not anymore, and I was amazed at how fast the tobacco left Southern Maryland. The farmers markets and the mouth program, that's still there. Looks like the department's doing well. I'm proud of them.
Roger L. Richardson served as secretary from 2007 until early 2009. He oversaw the implementation of Maryland's Farm to School program. now considered a national model and the first in the nation to have all public school systems participating.
I guess one of the best things that we did, the governor had told me that where he came from, there was no farms, and he wanted somebody with farm experience to help him establish rapport with the ag industry. We accomplished that. He was very thankful, and he's been to all the ag dinners, and that's been very good. Ag is the largest industry in the state and also the biggest economic engine in the state. And that needs to be remembered that when you're up here representing agriculture, you need to know that.
And I, Earl Hance, a fourth-generation Southern Maryland farmer, currently serve as the 8th Secretary of Agriculture, after serving 2 years as Deputy Secretary. The two things I am most proud of are our farmers implementing best management practices to meet our goals of cleaning up the Chesapeake Bay, and our farmers who have opened up their farms to increase profitability and educate the public about Maryland agriculture. And I must acknowledge the staff, which just seems more like a family, for their dedication and commitment to the entire agricultural community of Maryland. As the department has evolved, so has the way it does business. Programs across the agency, from routine administration to field inspections of all sorts, have become more efficient and precise with the use of ever more sophisticated technologies and more professionally trained and educated staff members. But our core functions, the main services we provide, have not changed. Let's look briefly at some of those services. The Maryland Agricultural Land Preservation Foundation is the oldest and among the most successful farmland preservation programs in the nation. It was the first program in the country to purchase development rights. The foundation has helped us preserve more agricultural land in perpetuity than any other state, now more than 280,000 acres. Through the years, MDA's Office of Resource Conservation has provided farmers with the technical and financial assistance they need to enhance farm productivity while protecting soil and water resources. Our Plant Protection and Weed Management section protects Maryland's second largest agricultural sector, horticulture and nursery. We work with federal and state partners to detect and combat invasive pests and plants and noxious weeds to protect farmers, nurseries, and homeowners. Maryland was the first state to use a dog to detect honeybee colony diseases. MDA's Forest Pest Management section protects our landscape, trees, and forests from diseases and insects that can damage and destroy them. MDA's Mosquito Control Program protects public health by preventing mosquito-borne diseases like West Nile virus and Eastern equine encephalitis. We have 60 ultra-low volume spray trucks and 1 airplane that are all highly effective and use minimal insecticide. Our pesticide regulation section enforces pesticide laws. We maintain training and certification programs to help ensure that only competent individuals handle and apply pesticides. We also work closely with schools statewide to implement integrated pest management programs and ensure that pesticides are only used when necessary. MDA works with farmers and other professionals on recycling programs to reduce the impact excessive pesticides might have on the environment. MDA's Turf and Seed section tests seeds for farmers, seed dealers, and the general public, and enforces seed and sod labeling laws to ensure farmers and gardeners begin with quality seed. Seed purity and germination inspections are still done by hand, using the same techniques as the earliest days of seed testing. Because this work relies heavily on human expertise, MDA is proud that all of our seed analysts are certified in both purity and germination by the National Association of Official Seed Analysts. The State Chemist section inspects pet food, fertilizer, and other materials to ensure that they meet safety and labeling standards. From time to time, the state chemist will place recalls and stop sale orders to remove dangerous or potentially dangerous products from sale. Our Food Quality Assurance Program protects consumers from foodborne diseases by both training and inspecting producers in safe food production and handling practices. FDA's recent mandatory egg inspection program was largely based on the inspection protocols MDA developed to address Salmonella E contamination. Our Weights and Measures section ensures that weighing and measuring devices in commercial use, like gas pumps and grocery scales, are calibrated properly. Ensuring proper weight and measurement is one of the oldest functions of government. Our sophisticated testing and metrology labs are both accredited at the national level. The State Board of Veterinary Medical Examiners licenses and sets the standards for veterinarians, registered veterinary technicians, and animal hospital owners across the state. It also disciplines veterinary professionals when necessary. MDA's Animal Health section prevents and controls infectious and contagious diseases in livestock and poultry, with emphasis on diseases that threaten public health, endanger food supplies, or threaten animal industries. Because animal diseases can spread quickly and must be attacked quickly, MDA operates 2 regional veterinary diagnostic laboratories, one in Frederick and one in Salisbury. Both of our labs are accredited for meeting international standards when conducting specific diagnostic tests. MDA's marketing and agribusiness development staff works to connect producers with consumers with initiatives like Maryland's Best Branding Program, the Buy Local campaign, the Ice Cream Trail, and the Farm to School program. MDA initiated the development of farmers markets and the Farmers Market Nutrition Program. The department also helps farmers find and expand sales overseas for value-added foods, livestock, and genetics. The Maryland Horse Industry Board, founded in 1998, promotes all disciplines within Maryland's equine industry. It also inspects and licenses 650 boarding, lesson, rental, and rescue stables. There are many other initiatives and recognition programs that MDA runs to recognize agricultural success in farm families, like the Governor's Ag Hall of Fame and the Century Farm programs. Each year, the MDA staff adopts a needy family and helps address their specific needs, whether it's food, clothes for the children, or Christmas presents. But we would be remiss if we didn't mention one of the things just about everyone has loved about MDA since our building opened, and something that we have nothing to do with: the dressing of our cows. No, we really don't know who selects their wardrobe. We really don't. As we at MDA celebrate 40 years of service to the people of this state, we rededicate ourselves to the programs and services that preserve and protect agricultural resources and the environment, promote profitable agriculture and consumer confidence, and enhance the quality of life for all Marylanders. For us at the Maryland Department of Agriculture, it is a pleasure and an honor to serve you. We look forward to continuing our proud tradition of service for another 40 years.